The galactic stage. The stars twinkled in the vast, dark space, but their peaceful light hid a terrible truth. A big war was going on. This war was not just on one planet. It was happening across many galaxies. In this great space war, many alien races fought each other. They all wanted to be the strongest. They all wanted to rule the galaxies. This war had been going on for many years. It had destroyed many planets and killed many aliens. One group in this war was very strong. They were called the Alien Confederation. They had big spaceships and strong weapons. They thought they were the best in the universe. The leader of the Alien Confederation was General Zix 427. He was tall and had blue skin. His eyes were big and black. He had 4 arms and a tail. General Zix 427 was very proud. He thought no one could beat him or his army. One day, General Zix 427 got some news. His helpers told him about a new planet. This planet was far away. No one in the Alien Confederation had been there before. The general got very excited. He wanted to take over this new planet. "Get the ships ready." General Zix 427 shouted to his helpers. "We will go to this new planet. We will make it ours." The helpers ran around. They got the big spaceships ready. They loaded the ships with weapons and food. Thousands of alien soldiers got on the ships. They were ready for a new fight. As the ships flew through space, General Zix 427 stood by a big window. He looked at the stars passing by. He smiled, thinking about how he would win again. "Soon, this new planet will be mine," he said to himself. "No one can stop the Alien Confederation. No one can stop me." After many days of flying through space, they came close to the new planet. Everyone on the ships got excited. They had never seen a planet like this before. The planet was beautiful. It had big blue oceans and green lands. White clouds floated in its sky. It looked peaceful from far away. General Zix 427 called all his top helpers for a meeting. They gathered in a big room on the main ship. The general stood in front of them, looking very serious. "Listen carefully," he said in a loud voice. "This planet looks nice, but we don't know what's down there. There might be strange creatures. There might be strong enemies. We must be ready for anything." The helpers nodded. They knew the general was smart. They trusted him to lead them to victory. "We will land in that big green area," the general said, pointing to a map of the planet. "It looks like a jungle. We can hide our ships there. Then we will explore and see what we find." The helpers agreed with the plan. They went to tell the soldiers what to do. Everyone on the ships got busy, getting ready to land on the new planet. As they got closer to the planet, they could see more details. The jungles were very thick. There were high mountains and deep valleys. Rivers cut through the land like blue snakes. General Zix 427 felt very confident. He had won many battles on many planets. He thought this would be just another easy win for him. "This planet will be a nice gift for the Alien Confederation," he said to his top helper. "I don't think we'll find anything too hard to be here." But the general didn't know that he was making a big mistake. He thought he knew everything. He thought his army could beat anyone. He didn't know that this planet had a secret that would change everything. As the ships started to enter the planet's sky, something strange happened. Their machines started to make weird noises. The screens showing their maps got blurry. "What's happening?" General Zix 427 asked, looking worried for the first time. "We don't know, sir," one of his helpers said. "Something on this planet is affecting our technology. We can't get clear readings." The general frowned. This had never happened before. For a moment, he felt a little scared. But then he shook his head and stood up straight. "It doesn't matter," he said loudly. "We are the Alien Confederation. We are the strongest in the universe. A little problem with our machines won't stop us. We will land, and we will conquer." The ships flew down towards the big jungle. As they got closer, they could see the tops of very tall trees. The jungle looked dark and mysterious. General Zix 427 didn't know it, but he was about to meet something he had never seen before, something that would change his life and the lives of everyone in the Alien Confederation. He was about to meet a human. The story of the galaxy was about to change forever. The unexpected encounter. The big alien ships landed in a clearing in the jungle. The trees shook as the ships touched the ground. Animals ran away, scared by the loud noise. General Zix 427 was the first to step out. He looked around with his 4 eyes. The jungle was thick and green. Strange sounds came from all around. The air felt wet and warm. "Spread out," the general shouted to his soldiers. "Search the area. Be careful of any dangers." The alien soldiers moved into the jungle. They had strange guns and wore shiny armor. They looked strong and scary, but they felt nervous in this new place. As they walked, they saw amazing things. There were flowers as big as their heads. Strange birds with colorful feathers flew above them. Small creatures with lots of legs crawled on the ground. One soldier saw something move in the bushes. He pointed his gun, ready to shoot. But it was just a small, furry animal. It looked at the alien with big, scared eyes, and then ran away. General Zix 427 walked with his best soldiers. He felt proud and strong. He thought nothing on this planet could stop him. "This planet will be easy to take," he said. "I don't see any strong enemies here." But just as he said that, something happened. There was a loud noise, like thunder. The ground shook. Some alien soldiers fell down. "What was that?" the general shouted. He looked angry and a little scared. Before anyone could answer, it happened again. Boom! The noise was closer this time. The aliens could feel the ground shake under their feet. Suddenly, a voice came from the trees. It was loud and clear. "Stop where you are," the voice said. "You are not welcome here. Leave now or face the consequences." The alien soldiers looked at each other. They were confused. Who was talking? Where was the voice coming from? General Zix 427 laughed. He thought it was funny that someone was trying to scare them. "Show yourself," he shouted. "We are the Alien Confederation. We are not afraid of you." There was silence for a moment. Then something moved in the trees. The aliens raised their guns, ready to fight. A figure stepped out of the shadows. The aliens were surprised. It didn't look scary at all. It was smaller than them. It stood on 2 legs and had 2 arms. Its skin wasn't blue or green like theirs. It was a color they had never seen before. The creature wore some kind of suit. It wasn't shiny like the aliens' armor. It looked rough and tough. The creature held something in its hands. It looked like a weapon, but not like any the aliens had seen before. General Zix 427 laughed again. He thought this small creature couldn't possibly be a threat. "Is this the best this planet can offer?" he said to his soldiers. "This little thing thinks it can stop us." The general walked towards the creature. He wasn't scared at all. He thought he could easily beat this small enemy. "Listen, primitive creature," the general said. "We are here to take over your planet. You can't stop us. If you're smart, you'll surrender now." The creature didn't move. It didn't look scared. It just stood there, holding its weapon. "I'll give you one last chance," it said. "Leave our planet now." The general found this very funny. He turned to his soldiers. "Look at this," he said. "This little thing thinks it can give us orders." The alien soldiers laughed with their general. They thought the creature was silly for trying to fight them. General Zix 427 turned back to the creature. He decided to show it how strong he was. He reached out with one of his 4 arms to grab the creature. But something amazing happened. The creature moved so fast, the aliens could barely see it. One moment it was in front of the general. The next it was behind him. Before anyone could react, the creature did something to the general. There was a flash of light and a strange sound. The mighty General Zix-427 fell to the ground. The alien soldiers couldn't believe their eyes. Their strong leader was on the ground, and he wasn't moving. The creature stood over the general. It looked at the other aliens. "I warned you," it said. "This is your last chance. Leave now, or you'll all end up like your leader." The aliens were shocked. They had never seen anyone beat their general so easily. They didn't know what to do. One brave soldier stepped forward. What are you?" he asked. The creature stood up straight. Even though it was smaller than the aliens, it suddenly looked very strong and brave. "I am a human," it said, "and this is our planet. We call it Earth." The aliens had never heard of humans or Earth before, but now they were starting to think they had made a big mistake coming to this planet. They didn't know it yet, but their encounter with this human was just the beginning. The galaxy was about to learn just how special and strong humans could be. The shocking revelation. The alien soldiers stood frozen. Their mighty general lay on the ground, beaten by this strange creature called a human. They didn't know what to do. The human looked at them calmly. "I'll say it again. Leave our planet. Now." Suddenly, General Zix-427 started to move. He slowly got up, shaking his big blue head. He looked angry and confused. How did you do that?" the general asked. His voice was shaky. The human smiled a little. "We humans have many secrets. That was just a small taste of what we can do." The general's 4 eyes blinked rapidly. He couldn't believe what had happened. No one had ever beaten him so easily before. "But you're so small," he said. "You don't have 4 arms or a tail. You don't even have blue skin. How can you be so strong?" The human laughed. It was a friendly laugh, not mean. "General, there's a lot you don't know about humans. Size isn't everything. Neither is the number of arms or the color of skin." The alien soldiers whispered among themselves. They were scared and curious at the same time. The human continued. "Let me show you something." Suddenly, the human started to run. It moved so fast that the aliens could barely see it. It jumped over fallen trees and climbed up rocks like they were nothing. The aliens watched in amazement. The human was faster and more agile than any creature they had ever seen. Then the human did something even more surprising. It picked up a huge rock, one that would take 3 or 4 aliens to lift. The human lifted it easily with just 2 arms. "Impossible," shouted General Zix-427. "How can you be so strong?" The human put down the rock gently. Humans evolved on a planet with higher gravity than most. It made our bodies strong and dense. What feels heavy to you is light to us. The general's mind was spinning. Everything he thought he knew was being challenged. "But that's not all," the human said. "Watch this." The human took out a small device. With a few quick moves of its fingers, the device lit up. Strange symbols appeared in the air above it. "This is a computer," the human explained. "It can do complex calculations in seconds. It can store huge amounts of information, and every human knows how to use one." The aliens were shocked. They had computers too, but they were big and clunky. This tiny device seemed much more advanced. "Our technology might look simple to you," the human said, "but it's incredibly powerful. We've learned to make things small but mighty, just like us." General Zix-427 was starting to understand. This planet wasn't primitive at all. These humans were advanced in ways he had never imagined. "But why didn't we detect any of this?" he asked. "Our scans showed no signs of advanced civilization." The human smiled again. "Another human secret. We've developed ways to hide our technology from space scans. We knew someday aliens might come, so we prepared." The general felt a chill run down his spine. These humans had outsmarted them before they even landed. "There's more you should know," the human said. Its voice became serious. "Humans are not just strong and smart. We're also very, very creative. The human pointed to the jungle around them. See this forest? We can survive here with nothing but our hands and our minds. We can make tools, find food, and build shelter in any environment. The aliens looked at the thick jungle with new respect. They had found it scary and confusing. But to this human, it was full of resources and opportunities. And one more thing, the human added. Humans never give up. No matter how hard things get, we keep fighting. We adapt. We overcome. General Zix 427 suddenly realized the huge mistake he had made. He had thought this planet would be an easy conquest. Now he saw it was the most dangerous place he had ever been. So you see, General, the human said, you have two choices. You can leave our planet in peace, or you can stay and face all of humanity. And trust me, what you've seen so far is just the beginning. The general looked at his soldiers. They were scared. He was scared too, though he tried not to show it. For the first time in his life, General Zix 427 knew he was beaten. Not just beaten in a fight, but completely outmatched. He turned to the human and said, We will leave. We want no war with humans. The human nodded. A wise choice, General. Go in peace, but remember what you've learned here. Humanity is ready for the galaxy, and the galaxy had better be ready for us. As the aliens turned to go back to their ships, they knew everything had changed. They had come to conquer a planet. Instead, they had discovered a species that might conquer the stars. The human watched them go, standing tall and proud. It knew this was just the beginning. Humanity's greatest adventure was about to start. The tables turn. General Zix 427 and his alien soldiers were walking back to their ships. They felt sad and scared. The human had beaten them easily. Now they just wanted to go home. But suddenly, they heard a loud noise. It was coming from their ships. What's happening? The general shouted. He started running towards the noise. When they reached the clearing, they couldn't believe their eyes. Their big, powerful spaceships were on fire. Our ships, an alien soldier cried. They're burning. General Zix 427 was shocked. How could this happen? Then he saw something that made him even more surprised. Standing in front of the burning ships was the human, but it wasn't alone anymore. There were more humans with it now, about 20 of them. What is the meaning of this? The general shouted. He was very angry now. We agreed to leave peacefully. The first human stepped forward. It looked calm, even though the general was shouting. I'm sorry, General, the human said, but we can't let you leave just yet. The general was confused. But why? We're not fighting you anymore. The human nodded. That's true, but we have a problem. You see, we can't let you go back and tell everyone about Earth. Not yet. Now the general was really confused. I don't understand. Why not? Another human stepped forward. This one looked older. It had gray hair on its head. Let me explain, the older human said. We humans have been watching the stars for a long time. We know about the big war in space. We know about the alien confederation. The aliens were surprised. How did the humans know all this? The older human continued. We've been preparing for this day, the day when aliens would find Earth. We knew we had to be ready. General Zix 427 started to understand. So that's why we couldn't see your cities from space. You were hiding. The first human nodded. Exactly. We've been hiding and watching, learning about the galaxy, preparing our defenses, and now we're ready to join the galactic community. But we need to do it our way. The general looked at the burning ships. By destroying our ships and trapping us here, the human shook its head. No, not trapping you. Inviting you to be our guests. Now the aliens were really confused. Guests. What did that mean? The older human explained. We want you to stay on Earth for a while. Learn about us. Understand who we are and what we can do. Then, when you leave, you can tell your people the truth about humans. General Zix 427 thought about this. It was a clever plan. The humans wanted to control how the galaxy learned about them. But what if we don't agree? The general asked. The first human smiled. It wasn't a nice smile. Well, you've seen what one human can do. Do you really want to fight all of us? The general looked at the group of humans. They all looked strong and confident. He remembered how easily the first human had beaten him. No, he said quietly. We don't want to fight. Good, said the older human. Then let's start over. Welcome to Earth. We have a lot to show you. Over the next few weeks, the aliens learned amazing things about humans. They saw human cities, hidden underground or in mountains. These cities were full of advanced technology. They watched humans build new machines in days, using materials from the jungle. The aliens were amazed at how creative humans could be. They learned about human history, how humans had fought each other for thousands of years. This made humans very good at war, but also very good at making peace. The aliens saw how humans could live in any environment, hot deserts, cold mountains, even under the sea. Humans were tougher than any alien race they knew. But the most surprising thing was how friendly humans could be. Yes, they were strong and sometimes scary. But they also laughed, sang songs, and told stories. They welcomed the aliens into their homes and shared their food. General Zix 427 learned the most important lesson of all. Humans were not just strong or smart. They were both, and that made them very, very dangerous. After a month on Earth, the general and his soldiers were ready to leave. The humans had built them a new ship, even better than their old ones. As they prepared to take off, the first human they had met came to say goodbye. Remember what you've learned here, it said. Tell your people about us. Tell them Earth is ready to join the galaxy, but warn them too. If anyone tries to harm Earth, they'll regret it. The general nodded. He understood now. Humans were not to be underestimated. As their new ship rose into the sky, the aliens looked down at Earth. It looked small and blue, but they knew now that this small planet held the most surprising and powerful creatures in the galaxy. The tables had truly turned. The aliens had come to conquer. Instead, they left with a warning for the entire galaxy. Humanity was coming, and the stars would never be the same again. The human advantage. General Zix 427 and his alien soldiers were back on their home planet. They had a big meeting with the leaders of the Alien Confederation. Everyone wanted to know about Earth and the humans. The general stood up to speak. He looked nervous. Leaders of the Confederation, I have important news. We found a new species called humans. They are different from any aliens we've ever met. The room was quiet. Everyone was listening carefully. Humans look weak, the general continued. They're smaller than us. They only have 2 arms and 2 legs. Their skin is soft. But don't be fooled. Humans are the most dangerous species we've ever found. The alien leaders looked confused. How could these soft, small creatures be dangerous? The general showed them a video. It was a human lifting a heavy rock. The aliens gasped. How could something so small be so strong? Humans come from a planet with high gravity, the general explained. This makes their bodies very strong. They can lift heavy things and run very fast. Next, he showed a video of a human using a small computer. The computer was doing calculations faster than any alien computer. Humans are very smart, the general said. Their technology is small but powerful. They can hide their cities so we can't see them from space. The alien leaders were starting to look worried. These humans sounded scary, but the general wasn't finished. The most important thing about humans is this: they never give up. If they have a problem, they keep trying until they solve it. He told them a story about human history, how humans had faced big problems like diseases and wars, but they always found a way to survive and grow stronger. Humans call this adaptability, the general said. It means they can change to fit any situation. It's their biggest advantage. The alien leaders were now very interested. They wanted to know more about these strange humans. The general showed them more videos. Humans living in hot deserts and cold mountains. Humans diving deep in the ocean. Humans flying in the sky with machines they built. Humans can live anywhere, the general explained. They're curious. They love to explore. And they're not afraid of new things. One alien leader asked, "But what about their weaknesses? Surely they must have some." The general nodded. Yes, humans do have weaknesses. They can get sick easily. Their bodies break if they fall from high places. Extreme heat or cold can kill them. The alien leaders looked relieved. Maybe these humans weren't so scary after all. But then the general said something that surprised everyone. However, humans have turned many of their weaknesses into strengths. He explained how humans getting sick led them to create amazing medicines, how their fear of falling made them build flying machines, how they made special clothes to live in very hot or cold places. Every time humans face a problem, they come out stronger, the general said. They call it innovation. It means finding new ways to do things. The alien leaders were silent. They were thinking hard about everything they had heard. The general had one last thing to say. There's one more human advantage we need to talk about. It might be the most important one. Everyone leaned forward to listen. Humans are both warriors and peacemakers, the general said. They know how to fight. They're good at war, but they also know how to make friends. He told them how the humans had welcomed the aliens, even after beating them, how they shared their food and homes, how they taught the aliens about Earth. Humans call this diplomacy, the general explained. It means making friends with people who are different from you. Humans are very good at this. The general finished his speech with a warning. We have two choices, he said. We can try to fight the humans, but I think we would lose. Or we can try to make friends with them. If we do, we might learn a lot. Humans could be powerful allies. The room was quiet again. The alien leaders were thinking hard. These humans were so different from any aliens they knew. They were strong and smart, but also friendly and curious. Finally, one leader stood up. "Thank you, General," he said. "You have given us much to think about. We need to decide carefully what to do next." As the meeting ended, everyone was talking about humans. They were excited and scared at the same time. They knew that meeting humans would change everything in the galaxy. The human advantage was clear. They were ready for the galaxy, even if the galaxy wasn't ready for them. The bigger picture. The news about humans spread fast across the galaxy. Every alien race was talking about Earth. Some were scared. Some were excited. Everyone was curious. Meanwhile, on Earth, humans were busy. They knew the galaxy now knew about them. It was time to show everyone what humans could really do. In a big room deep under a mountain, human leaders from all over Earth were meeting. They were planning their next move. An old man with white hair stood up. He was the president of the World Council. "Friends," he said, "the time has come. We've been hiding for years. Now it's time to step into the galactic spotlight." A woman in a military uniform spoke next. "Our defenses are ready. We can protect Earth from any attack." "Good," said the president. "But we don't just want to defend. We want to explore, to make friends, to help make the galaxy a better place." A young scientist raised her hand. "We've finished work on the new spaceships. They're faster than anything the aliens have. We can reach any part of the galaxy in days." The room was filled with excited whispers. Humans had been dreaming of this moment for centuries. Now it was really happening. But not everyone was happy. An old farmer stood up. "What about us simple folk?" he asked. "How will all this space stuff help people on Earth?" The president smiled. "A good question," he said. "Let me show you something." He pressed a button. A big screen lit up. It showed pictures of new machines. These are new farming robots, the president explained. They use the same technology as our spaceships. They can help farmers grow more food with less work. The farmer looked impressed. Maybe this space technology wasn't so bad after all. The president continued, everything we learn in space will help people on Earth too. New medicines, clean energy, better ways to grow food. The possibilities are endless. Everyone in the room was nodding. They were starting to see the bigger picture. This wasn't just about space. It was about making life better for everyone. Suddenly, there was a loud beep. A message was coming in. It was from the alien planet where General Zix 427 lived. The message said, "Greetings, humans of Earth. We have heard much about you. We would like to meet and talk. Perhaps we can be friends." The room was quiet for a moment. Then everyone started talking at once. This was big news. The president raised his hand for silence. "This is the moment we've been waiting for," he said. "Our first official contact with an alien race. We need to choose who will go." Many people volunteered, but in the end, they chose a team of 5. A diplomat, a scientist, a soldier, an artist, and a teacher. They would show the aliens different sides of humanity. As the team prepared to leave, the president gave them some advice. "Remember," he said, "you represent all of humanity. Be brave, be kind, and be yourselves. Show them what humans are really like." The team nodded. They were nervous but excited. They were about to make history. As they boarded their shiny new spaceship, crowds of people cheered. Cameras flashed. This was being broadcast all over the world. The ship's engines started with a low hum. Then, in a flash of light, it was gone. Faster than any alien ship racing across the stars. Back in the meeting room, the president looked at the empty screen where the ship had been. "And so it begins," he said quietly. Everyone in the room knew this was just the start. Humanity was taking its first real steps into the galaxy. There would be challenges ahead, maybe even dangers, but also incredible opportunities. Humans had spent thousands of years looking up at the stars, wondering what was out there. Now they were going to find out. In labs all over the world, scientists were working on new inventions, things that would amaze the aliens. Cures for diseases, ways to talk across huge distances, machines to explore the deepest parts of space. In schools, children were learning about alien cultures. They were excited to make new alien friends. And in homes everywhere, ordinary people were thinking about what this all meant. The universe had just got a lot bigger, but somehow it also felt closer. As night fell on Earth, millions of people looked up at the stars. But now, they weren't just seeing distant lights. They were seeing future homes, new friends, adventures waiting to happen. The bigger picture was becoming clear. Humanity's next great journey was just beginning. And the whole galaxy was waiting to see what these surprising humans would do next. The new galactic order. 5 years had passed since humans first met aliens. The galaxy had changed a lot. Humans were everywhere now. On a big space station, leaders from many alien races were meeting. They were talking about the new galactic order. How things were different now that humans were part of the galactic community. General Zix 427 was there too. He looked different now. He seemed older and wiser. He stood up to speak. "Friends," he said, 5 years ago, I met humans for the first time. I thought they were weak. I was wrong. Humans have changed everything." The other aliens nodded. They all knew it was true. General Zix 427 continued, "Let me tell you how humans have made our galaxy better." He pressed a button. A big screen showed pictures from all over the galaxy. First, they saw a planet that was always very hot. It used to be hard to live there, but now, there were big cities with cool, comfortable homes. "Humans taught us how to live in hot places," the general explained. Next, they saw sick aliens in a hospital. Doctors were using small machines to make them better. Human medicine has cured diseases we thought were impossible to fix, said the general. Then they saw spaceships. They were faster and safer than ever before. Humans improved our space travel. Now we can explore more of the galaxy than ever, the general said. But it wasn't all about technology. The next picture showed alien children in a school. They were learning and playing with human children. Humans have taught us new ways to learn and think, the general said. They've shown us how important it is to be curious and creative. The last picture was the most surprising. It showed aliens from races that used to fight each other. Now they were working together to build a new city. Maybe the most important thing humans taught us, said the general, is how to make peace and work together. When General Zix 427 finished speaking, the room was quiet. All the aliens were thinking about how much had changed. Then a new voice spoke. It was a human. The president of Earth was there too. Thank you, General, the president said. We're happy we could help. But we've learned a lot from you aliens too. The president showed new pictures on the big screen. There was a photo of a human city. It had beautiful buildings that looked like they were from alien worlds. Your art and architecture have made our cities more beautiful, the president said. Next was a picture of humans eating strange but delicious-looking food. Your foods have given us new tastes and better ways to grow crops, explained the president. Then they saw humans using advanced alien machines to clean up pollution on Earth. Your technology has helped us fix problems on our planet, the president said. The last picture showed humans and aliens sitting together, talking and laughing. But most importantly, said the president, we've made wonderful new friends. We've learned that the galaxy is full of amazing cultures and ideas. When the president finished, everyone in the room stood up and clapped. Humans and aliens alike were cheering. An old alien leader spoke next. When humans first came to the galaxy, some of us were scared. We thought they might try to take over. But instead, they helped make the galaxy better for everyone. A young human scientist added, and we're just getting started. Think of what we can all do together in the future. As the meeting ended, aliens and humans started talking excitedly about new ideas. Some were planning to explore unknown parts of the galaxy together. Others were thinking of new inventions they could create. Everyone was excited about the future. Outside the space station, ships from 100 worlds flew by. Each one was different, but they all had the same symbol on them. It was a new symbol for the galaxy. It showed alien and human hands joined together. Back on Earth, people were celebrating too. The streets were full of happy humans and visiting aliens. Children were playing games from a dozen worlds. Restaurants were serving food from across the galaxy. In schools, human and alien teachers were working together. They were teaching children about the wonders of the universe. Students were learning languages from far-off worlds and dreaming of the adventures they would have when they grew up. Scientists in labs were making amazing discoveries every day. They were curing diseases, inventing new technologies, and unlocking the secrets of the universe. Human creativity and alien knowledge were a powerful combination. As night fell, humans and aliens alike looked up at the stars. But now, those stars didn't seem far away. They were like twinkling windows, full of friends and adventures, and new things to learn. The galaxy had entered a new age. It wasn't perfect. There were still problems to solve and challenges to face, but everyone faced them together. Humans and aliens, working side by side, were building a better future for all. The new galactic order was here, and it was more wonderful than anyone had ever imagined.